Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Real Talk. It's Audrey and John, and today is our 85th episode, and we're going to be talking about two movies, The Amazing Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man 2, in honor of the new Spider-Man movie coming out this weekend. But how you been, John, so far?
I've been good. As you can see, I've been feeling kind of jolly with all my Christmas stuff in the background. That's what I've been up to, like decorating and the hecticness of buying gifts for everybody and stuff like that.
Trying to get ready for... It went by fast.
Yeah, going
Like,
back quick.
it's already the 14th. That's crazy to me. But yeah,
10
I feel
days
you.
till
I
Christmas Eve.
know. I know. But yeah, I've been the same way. I've been trying to get like some shopping done, and I still have a few more gifts to buy,
Yeah.
and just like wrapping them, which is like the hardest part because when you like live with someone, it's kind of hard to like find the time
Oh
to
yeah.
like wrap them because Ben's always here, so I'm just like crap. But yeah, it's been good. How has your holiday like movie season been? Have you been watching any more like Christmas movies or not really?
I've been trying to we knocked out Home Alone. We put it on when we were while we were decorating, so I don't know if that counts. And
Yeah.
then the other day, I don't know what we did, but like we were like settling down, and then her family had How the Grinch Stole Christmas with Jim Carrey, so we were
Mm-hmm.
watching that a little bit. And there's a lot of parts from that movie I don't remember. I'm like, what the heck?
You
And we were
really?
theorizing it might be like a director's cut or something
Maybe.
because both
Well,
of us didn't
when
remember it, and we're like, what the fuck?
when was the last time you rewatched it?
I know it's been like not even a long time, like the last 2 years, I think so. Within two
Yeah.
years.
We're actually gonna try and watch it tomorrow because they're gonna show it at the theater.
Yeah.
And
Ooh, watch it
it's
at theaters.
Yeah, and it's like me and Ben's like one of our favorite holiday movies. So we
Yeah.
definitely wanted to like catch it in theater. So hopefully we can do that because yeah, I haven't been able to really like even watch anything like super Christmassy. I tried watching from our childhood. I don't know if you remember the Santa Claus movies with
Tim Allen.
Tim Allen.
Yeah.
And I gotta tell you, I wasn't really like into it.
Don't do it, Audrey.
I mean, I don't think I was that into them to begin with when I was like younger.
Yeah.
So I was just kind of like, oh, I just wanted to have something playing in the background because I was like working on gifts. So I just chose that. But I was kind of like, meh, meh. I love Tim Allen
Was
though.
he?
I love Tim
Yeah.
Allen.
Tim
So
Allen's great. I feel like he should come back, make a comeback.
yeah,
He
he
should
has
have like
a.
a John Wick type movie or something.
I mean, he has such a like distinguishable voice. So
Yeah.
you know, like something in voice acting would be cool.
Yeah.
But
Besides Buzz.
yeah, yeah, which is obviously like his Pierre Resistance. But I definitely do want to watch. For some reason, I think I need to watch Die Hard because I haven't seen that
Yeah.
movie in a while, and I want
I
to
was gonna say
rewatch
like
it.
at all.
No, I've seen it, but I was like really young, so
Mm.
I honestly don't even remember it.
Yeah.
So I want to rewatch it just because I know that it's like also like always raise the question: is it a Christmas movie?
Christmas movie. Yeah.
But I mean, I feel like it kind of is. So
I think so.
you know which one was interesting? I was looking at the theater what they're showing for Christmas season, and they had Batman Returns,
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and
That's
I was
another one.
like, I mean, do you get Christmas vibes from that, Gwen?
Just because there's like a few scenes,
Yeah.
like that takes place. Like I think there's like a little parade where he like goes, and then there's like another scene that came to mind too, and it's like snowing.
Yeah, because it's like snowy, so I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's right. Catwoman is like, that's why she gets pissed, right? Because it's like Christmas Day when like he pushes her out of the window. I think I don't remember. I
I
need to
think
watch
it's
it.
either that or like it was her birthday or something.
Yeah, but it was like a day.
Yeah.
and
It was a day.
he fucking like pushes her out of the window.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that one they were gonna show, and obviously it's a Wonderful Life.
Christmas Story.
Christmas Story, which I also can't say I'm a huge fan of.
Damn, I didn't grow up with it.
Me
That
either.
or like It's a Wonderful Life. There's a lot
Miracle
that I didn't grow
on
up with.
34th Street. Is it 34th Street?
Yeah, 34th Street. But
Yeah.
I finally saw, I think last year for the first time. Like Cindy and her family, they're like a big like fan of it, so like they put it on every time, and I actually really enjoyed it. And
Isn't
yeah,
it like long?
I think so. Actually, it's like fairly long for like a
A
older
Christmas movie.
movie, like Christmas movie.
Yeah. One of my favorites, and Ben doesn't like care for it at all, and I think you know, is National Lampoons. I love that one. That's like one of
Christmas
my favorites.
Vacation.
Yeah, and
He doesn't care for it.
he doesn't like it.
What?
He doesn't like that humor, I guess. Like
Oh
he
man.
says he's never really found those like kind of like funny. Like none of
Yeah.
the National Lampoons are like kind of like that. So, yeah, unfortunately, but it's all good because I watch it like by myself, so.
Yeah. The
But yeah,
Griswolds.
it's definitely one of my faves.
And you know what? I like now that you're talking about like movies that you've seen, like, oh, I seen this. I seen a newer one that released this year that technically is a Christmas movie too, and that's The Green Knight. They brought it back.
Oh, that's
And I was like, oh shit, that's pretty cool. It says like under
right.
AMC, it says like fan favorite, which I
Yeah.
love that. But also, it's like, oh, because it's Christmas or whatever.
But it
I was
doesn't
like, that's pretty
strike me
cool.
as a Christmas movie.
Like, it takes place during it, or like I think they like didn't he have like until Christmas Day or something like that, or like
Yeah,
it
it
was
was
like
like
from
on
Christmas
Christmas
to
Day.
Christmas? Yeah,
It was like on Christmas Day. I think that's when he had to like go or something like that. But I mean,
yeah.
it was like in medieval times, so obviously they didn't have like a Christmas tree. Like, they didn't have
It wasn't
Christmas lights.
modernized. It wasn't
Yeah.
what's it called?
It wasn't like Americanized, I guess.
Yeah.
Because, like all over around the world, it's really interesting to see how different cultures celebrate Christmas. And it's really cool. Like in some parts, they have really cool decorations and like customs.
Yeah.
But yeah, that movie doesn't really have anything like that. So that's why it wouldn't strike me as a Christmas movie, but it does take place during
During
that time.
Christmas, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'm assuming we're going to have a podcast coming up soon where we're going to talk about Christmas movies specifically. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, next week I think let me see. Yeah, next week either the 21st or 22nd we'll have a little Christmas special, I guess. Just talking about like more in depth, I guess. We'll try to watch more movies within this week, I guess. We'll try.
There's actually one that I want to watch that's a horror movie that is about a killer Santa Claus. Like he's like a serial killer, but
Yeah.
he worked as a Santa Claus like at a mall or a store
Bad
or
Santa.
something.
No, just kidding.
No. But it's like a horror movie, but I think it's like from like the 80s, and I saw like a clip of it and I was like, I actually kind of want to watch that.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll watch that and I'll let you guys know what I thought about it.
That you know what? The other day I was listening to like there's like that old school Christmas playlist that I found on Apple Music. It just has like all the jams, all the hits. So I was listening to that, and for some reason I remembered about the Hawkeye trailer. Like it had like a Christmas song, and it's like Christmas theme. And then I was like,
Oh,
you know what? For some reason I started thinking about like a horror movie, like a horror slasher movie that takes place on Christmas. Because it's always like around
yeah.
Halloween or something, like horror movies.
Yeah.
And then that's when you reminded me too, like, oh, there's like a Killer Santa or something like that. So I know
Yeah.
there's like Krampus, like Black
Black
Christmas.
Christmas. Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
but
a few.
there needs to be like a slasher, specific.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
this one that I'm talking about, it looks more like along those lines. I'm gonna
yeah,
try. I don't have any idea what it's called, but I'm gonna try and like look for it, and then I'll let you know what it's called. But
yeah.
but yeah, I think that's pretty cool. I still need to watch Krampus too because I've never seen it, and I want to watch it. I do want to watch that one.
Is there like many variations of that one, or are you talking about like the one that came out recently?
The one that came out semi recently.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, I'm also looking for the name of this other movie that I watched. I don't know if I told you. It's like a Netflix original with the girl from Vampire Diaries.
I don't know. I was gonna say I think you did. I do. I think I remember, but
I forgot her name. Let me see. I'm looking it up right now.
and hence
Uh,
also our viewers can see I'm rocking a Gryffindor shirt.
oh my God,
Harry
yes.
Potter. That's technically you can watch any of those during that time. I always got
Do you,
those vibes, especially from the first one.
yeah. Well, okay, that makes sense. So you get it from the first one, the holiday
Yeah,
vibes. I think I just get the holiday vibes from all of them because they look like it's just cold all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Wait, no, but there's another one that takes place in the Christmas time. I think it's Order of the Phoenix, isn't it? Or because I remember she
Um.
makes him a gift, like a sweater, and she like the
Oh yeah.
Weasley's mom makes them
Yeah.
like sweaters and stuff. I think it's the one before Order of the Phoenix. I don't remember, but yeah, I think it like there's several instances where they kind of refer to Christmas.
Yeah, like the holidays. Like I know the first one was really prominent in like even for like Halloween and stuff like that. They had
Mm-hmm.
like some or Thanksgiving, I think so. I don't know. But
I thought I thought it was like interesting that Flix decided to have a special screening of Harry Potter, but they just are showing the first one, and it
yeah.
annoyed the shit out of me. I was like, why would you just show the first one? Like that doesn't make any
Like
sense
complete it.
because they're showing it for a week. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But it's just the first one. So I'm like, why not have a different one like every day? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
Or
don't
like
know.
every other like every week or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it
Like
was
during the
kind of weird.
holidays.
It was a weird choice on their part. But anyways, the one that I'm talking about is called Love Hard, and it has Nina Dobrev, I believe that's her name. It stars her and Jimmy O Yang, which you probably know him from. I think he came out in Crazy Rich Asians. Fuck, don't sue me. I don't remember. I know.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I
Did he come out
I do
in?
remember watching it on Netflix. Not watching it, but like I do like popping up on Netflix.
Yeah, he's a stand-up comedian, but I'm trying to remember what else. Oh, I guess he doesn't come out in Crazy Rich Asians. My bad. I thought he did.
Probably like a TV show. He looks very familiar.
Yeah, he has a stand-up.
Wait,
Um,
he does come out with Crazy Rich Asians.
he does.
Wait a minute. Wait a
Silicone. Oh yeah, he
minute.
does. He does. He does. He does. It says right here, crazy rich Asians. Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does come out in it.
Oh, and then that's where I remember him too from Fantasy Island, and I think I remember seeing him in like clips of Silicon Valley.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I felt like watching that movie because it was just like a rom com,
You were in the
something
mood for one of
cheesy.
those. Yeah.
Yeah, it just it has a really nice Christmas atmosphere, and yeah, it's just like a chill movie to watch. Like if you're wrapping presents or if you're just like chilling, I recommend it. I actually did enjoy it because I think he's pretty funny. I like
Yeah.
his comedy. Um, but yeah, that's the most recent one I think I've watched.
And something I wanted to
Love
bring
Hard.
up is that now that we're talking about like Harry Potter and like the holidays and stuff like that, it reminded me of like being in school too around this time of holidays. Like it was just the best. Like
I
just
can't
being
relate
like,
because I didn't go to school.
Well, you didn't you like for a few years?
Yeah, till like sixth, seventh grade. I want to
But
say
you don't remember like
seventh grade.
doing activities, like for Thanksgiving you put your hand on the paper, you traced it, you made the little thing.
Yeah. But funny thing about me, I when I was growing up, I didn't celebrate because my family didn't celebrate. So I didn't start like legitimately celebrating until I was an adult, like probably like 20s,
There
in
are
my 20s.
Jehovah's Witnesses?
Yeah. So we didn't celebrate
Oh, for real? I was
and
just like guessing.
yeah, so we didn't celebrate. So like I would see
Oh.
that other kids would like do those activities, but in my case when I was younger, my mom would either like pull me from school. So like that was
Yeah.
cool cuz I got to like leave early. Or they would just have me do something else. Like I could like color a picture or draw whatever I wanted. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So I don't really have those kind of memories, but I mean I remember seeing that. Yeah, that they would make you guys
Yeah.
do like the little like turkey and the ornaments and all that and snowflakes and whatnot. But yeah, once I got older, you best believe I
Maybe that's
started
why.
like
Because like when you were a kid, you weren't allowed. So now like you're like, oh yeah, let's go hard on celebrating or something.
yeah, and I gotta tell you, I it took a minute for me. I'm still like I still feel like I suck at the holidays because like I didn't grow up with it. So like even
Yeah.
wrapping presents, like my friends would be like, dude, like you suck.
I thought they were gonna be like, oh, you're getting better. Like, nah, you
No,
suck.
you suck. Yeah, like they'd be
Yeah.
like, dude, what the fuck? And like I was just kind of like an idiot. Like I didn't know like all the things that you had to do and like all the things that like the stockings and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's just a little tidbit of Audrey's history. But
Yeah.
but yeah, I can see why Harry Potter gives you that feeling cuz yeah, it's just like they all go to school together and they all have that in common, you know?
Especially because it's raining over here. I was talking to Alex earlier too. That like I miss rainy
Ooh.
days at school. Like you just did nothing, just watched a movie.
When they roll in the TV.
Yeah,
Fuck
on
yeah.
TV.
And they turn off the lights.
Yeah, that
Fuck
was so cool.
yeah. I want to remember what they would show us. Do you remember a movie that they would show you guys
I
predominantly?
remember it was like Peanuts. It was like the cartoon ones. A lot of the cartoon ones, like Rudolph.
Mm-hmm.
The Play-Doh ones. Fuck.
The Play-Doh ones?
Yeah, like the ones that are made out of Play-Doh, like Wallace and Gromit,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And then that green one that Alex likes. What's his name?
Yeah,
There's a green
yeah.
one.
Grumby? Gumby?
Grumby. Yeah, something like that.
Grumby?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. If
Yeah.
Alex watches this, he's gonna be pissed. He's like, "How can
Yeah.
you not know that?"
I think for us, they would also show us the like. I think I remember watching like Peanuts too, or they would show us Remember the Titans? I remember was a big one. Like I think I saw that like a good amount of times in school.
Yeah, I
Um,
remember that one too.
but yeah, I don't remember too much. Do you remember School of Rock? No, was it School of Rock or House of Rock? The one that would like teach you things, but it was like
Yeah, the little, little Bill, right? Down
yeah.
Pistol Bill. I
Dude, that
remember
shit
that
was
one.
tight. I want to hear
Yeah,
it. It'll probably bring like so many memories.
nostalgic central here. That's what I was like thinking about.
Exactly.
Like holidays always for me, like, um, it would just remind me of like when I was younger too and stuff.
Yeah,
Good
good
days when we didn't
times.
have responsibilities.
I know. I'm
The
like,
good old
fuck.
days.
The good old days when we could just not worry about nothing and just sleep and play and have a good time.
And watch movies in our case, not just
I know. I know. But yeah. So, if you want to do you want to start talking about what our topic is today?
Real quick, I just want to shout out some movies I've been wanting. I've been watching. I've been trying to like make time for movies that I like. Cause I made a list like throughout the year. I've been adding to this list of like movies I wanted to see that came out this year, and right now it's at 90. So I don't think
Holy
I'm gonna.
shit.
I don't think I'm gonna like watch all those movies. But I
Yeah.
made like the top ones are the ones I really like. I want to make time for it. Like go to the theaters or watch here because they're like on demand now. Um, so I've been trying to knock them out. So one of them was actually a Netflix one called The Mitchells versus the Machines. I heard like really good things about it, and it's an animated movie. And then I was listening to a podcast, and then the main girl, Abby Jacobson, she was in
Mhm.
it, and she was talking about it. I was all right, cool. Like I'll check it out, and I checked it out, and it was like very emotional. Like I almost like teared up a few times. It was really well done. It seemed like a Pixar movie, but it wasn't.
Mhm.
So I recommend it if you haven't seen it. And I heard very good things throughout the year, so it's like kind of just on my list.
Mhm.
But I very very much enjoyed it. It got a little heart for me on Letterbox.
Hell yeah. I'm going to stalk your letterbox.
Hell yeah, no, but also we went to the theaters yesterday and we saw Ghostbusters Afterlife. I don't know if you seen that one.
Wait, was this you just saw it? That was the first time?
Yeah,
Oh
Ghostbusters Afterlife.
shit.
Yeah, because again, like we just missed it when it came out. Like I think we had tickets to go see it like opening weekend, and
Uh-huh.
it's just like something came up and we're like, oh well, it's not like Spider Man where
It's
we,
not like do or die. Like I needed
yeah.
to watch it. Got you. Got you. Yeah, I've seen it. I saw it. I saw it when it came out.
So it's weird with me because I grew up with Ghostbusters, but I didn't grow up loving it. Like
Yeah.
it was like cool for me and I liked it. And then growing older, I would watch it and I would understand the jokes a little bit more. I appreciate the humors, but I never like. It's not like Star Wars for me. Like some people are like nuts over Ghostbusters. But either way, I went into this expecting a fun movie, and I got that, but with like a lot more heart than I thought it would have.
Uh-huh.
And I just really really enjoyed it. Paul Rudd is Paul Rudd, but I mean
Yeah.
that in like the best way.
Right.
And the little girl,
She did a great job.
McKenna
I don't know
Grace,
her
I think.
name.
Let me see.
I believe she sang a song for that movie or wrote a song for that movie. I
That's
remember
what we
seeing it in the
saw too,
credits.
but I don't know if it is her or not. It might be like a different singer because we looked up the song and it said McKenna Grace, but it had a picture of an older girl.
Huh.
So, and then I went to her Wikipedia and she didn't have anything about like singing. So it just might be like a crazy coincidence, or there might not be much information. It might be the same
Yeah.
girl. I'm not sure,
Yeah.
but she
She
was
was
really good in it.
she was definitely like the standout.
Yeah. And I like the humor. And I don't want to ruin it for people. I mean, it's been out already, but I mean, the ending was pretty cool. And like again, I didn't expect it to be like that heartfelt. Even though me like not being a super fan of Ghostbusters, like I can imagine like for hardcore fans that like that being very special for them.
Yeah.
Um. So what about
Nah.
did were you a big are you a big Ghostbusters fan, or you're just like, oh, that's cool, I like it, or
Nah, I don't consider myself a huge Ghostbusters fan because, like, I'm kind of like you, where I probably saw it once when I was younger, and like
yeah,
I never revisited it. And it's iconic, obviously. Like you see stuff, and you're like, oh my god, you know what I
or the
mean?
song you hear the song you just can't help
Yeah,
to
and
like.
you're just like, hell yeah. But like, I wasn't. I haven't even seen the second one. I don't think I've seen. I don't remember seeing the second one. So yeah, no, I'm not like a huge fan. But I did watch this one. And I agree with you. I really enjoyed her performance. McKenna, what's her name? McKenna.
McKenna Grace.
McKenna Grace.
Yeah.
I thought she was a standout for me. Paul Rudd was good too. Like you said, he was Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
um, and yeah, I mean, it was a fun time. My only complaint is that I feel like this one wasn't that much about the ghosts. Like it wasn't really like they didn't show. I wanted them to show more. I guess more ghosts.
Yeah.
It didn't really have that like same feeling. Cause they show Muncher, but he just kind of shows up like out of nowhere, and they don't really like explain. Like he
Yeah.
just pops out, and you're just automatically supposed to know who he is. Oh no, did I freeze?
Oh, yeah, but I'm not sure. Is it frozen on your end too?
Yeah, it's frozen on my end. That's why I was like, why am I not moving?
He's like, I'm doing movements.
um, that's weird. Should I? Let me see. Oh my god, I'm gonna stop the cam really quick and see if it works.
All right, for sure. Apologies for the technical difficulties, guys. We'll be right back at it again.
Hmm, that didn't work, huh?
No.
Crap. Let's see. Maybe if I do this,
You could try refreshing.
it won't kick me out.
I don't think so.
Um, let me see.
Oh, I think it did. But anyways, guys, in the meantime, if I do keep this in, oh, there she is. There it is.
Yeah, I had to refresh. Sorry about that, but yeah, so that was like only one of my complaints, and I know that for me, like you said, the ending was cool. I just felt like they could have done the entrance of the original Ghostbusters a little bit more grandiose. Like I
Yeah.
don't know why I was like it would have been so cool if they would have like showed
Spoilers.
up. Oh yeah, sorry. I mean, come on. But if
I know it
they
came out a while ago. The hardcore fans already saw it.
yeah. If they would have like showed up with like the song blasting, like that would have been so cool. But it was
Yeah.
just kind of like you turn around and they're just standing there. Like, how did they even get there? Like, it was just I
Yeah.
don't know. Like, they just showed up.
Yeah. Yeah, you can use your imagination, right? But I actually agree with you that aspect. I think it was like now that you bring it up, I think it was a missed opportunity for them to use the song. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
like in
because
the
they
movie, like
didn't.
that would be like, oh shit, because like people might be like, oh well, like I guess not really, because I was gonna say for the most part it's like a pretty grounded movie, but you do have like ghosts flying around. And people are not like freaking out. They
Right.
are, but like it's been in that world before, so like
Yeah.
something like that would be like, it'll fit in the movie. It wouldn't like.
Yeah, and I even would have been happy. It didn't necessarily have to be like the exact song, but if they would have done like maybe some like little like play on it, like I don't
Yeah.
know, just something a little more to pull on your heartstrings. But it was like it was still cool. I still
Did
enjoyed
you think
seeing
they were
them
gonna
all.
die?
No, I didn't think so.
I thought they were gonna die. They were gonna
Really?
kill him off. Yeah. At one point, I was like,
No.
"Are they really gonna do this?" Or like,
No, I had a feeling that they weren't gonna die. I didn't think they were gonna die, but it was still sad, seeing
yeah,
Egon, which
Hell
the
Ramus,
the
R.I.P.
whole time I was telling Ben, I was like, dude, I'm gonna name our son Egon. Like I like that name, and he's like
Yeah,
looking at me like, what? But yeah, I thought that part was like pretty sad. But yeah, overall it was fun. Like,
yeah. It was fun, and like I said, I mean, it was heartfelt, because
mhm.
you did get like a little bit of that like whole thing about like, he was gone, but he was doing it for a reason and everything like that. Stranger Things boy, Finn Wolfhard, I thought he was gonna be the main central part of it, but I guess it
Nah,
was his sister, which I like that, because he
yeah.
was just there, he did fine, I guess. He wasn't like too annoying.
Well, he's gonna be one of the Ghostbusters now, because you know that
Yeah,
they're gonna make this a thing.
him and his girl.
Yeah, and
How
his
how
sister.
much older is she than him? Because he said he was 17, but he was
But
really 15 or
so
something.
I'm assuming maybe she was like 17, like 2 years older. Even though she looked older than him, I thought
Yeah,
like way older. I thought she looked like maybe 18, 19.
yeah. As long as I don't know, I don't want to get into
I thought you were gonna
it.
say as long as it's consensual.
Yeah, and she's technically not 18 yet, because when she's 18 and he's 16, then that's gonna be kind of
Yeah.
weird, you
No,
know?
I think it's just because she looks older than him.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's funny. It's crazy to think like when I think about that, I'm like at 15, I didn't look 15 either. At 15, I
Yeah.
think I looked older than I was. So it's always interesting to see that. And now that I'm older, people kind of say that I look a little bit younger. So I guess it
Yeah.
kind of evens out.
I always got that too, because since I was held back in kindergarten or whatever, um I was like always older than everybody, and I was always taller and stuff like that. So
Hmm.
everybody thought like I was like super older, but I was just like a year
You were
older.
like, who's? They were like, who's the kid with the mustache?
Yeah, it's like third grade. Oh man.
Just kidding, but yeah, no. It was a good time, but I'm glad you got to watch it.
Yeah, and we're trying to watch Dune tomorrow,
Nice.
hopefully,
I
because I
remember
do
you
want
told
to see it
me.
in the theater.
Yeah, and I remember you told me they're bringing it to IMAX.
Yeah, Timex. I think that was only last week though, so I think I missed my
Oh.
my shot. But even Ghostbusters, we saw it in like a regular dine-in AMC, and it was still like it still looked good and stuff. But
Yeah.
I know some like Dune, like people are like, oh, you have to see it on IMAX and stuff. But
Yeah.
at least if I see it in the theater, I'll be happy.
I mean, it's a walking mood board. It's like it feels like that. Like it feels like almost kind of like stills of like pictures. Like
Yeah,
if a photographer went and like took pictures and was just like making a slideshow, that's what it feels like to me. It's just
yeah.
really like concise.
Is
It's
it Deacons?
satisfying.
Was it Roger Deakins?
I don't know. Maybe. I'm assuming. You know. Let me see. I'm like, I don't know. But that's what it felt like to me personally. Tomorrow I don't know if
Oh, tomorrow's your big day, huh?
well, I don't know yet. It's I hopefully. Let me see. I was gonna say something though. I forgot. Oh, are you gonna watch West Side Story?
No.
No?
I kind of no. It's Greg Fraser.
Oh yeah, I found it. Damn, you were too fast. What
Greg
else? What
Fraser.
else has he done? He's an Australian cinematographer. He's gonna do the Batman. Oh,
Oh shit! I
oh,
mean,
and
well,
he
that
did the
one looks fucking
Mandalorian.
great.
He
He
did the
did
Mandalorian,
Rogue One, Lion, The Gambler, Foxcatcher. Okay, I can see his style. Kill Him Softly.
and I think it
Yeah,
also had a lot to do with Denny, cause Denny. I mean, if you've seen any of his other movies,
and he collabs frequently with Roger Deakins, so that's why I feel like I got that vibe. Maybe it's
yeah,
like Denny, his vision.
yeah.
But what did you ask me right now?
Oh, about West Side
Oh,
Story.
West Side Story. Yeah.
You have no interest?
I, it's just like the only reason I want to watch it is because it's Steven Spielberg and like because of the buzz. Other than that, I have no interest.
Yeah, yeah.
So that one's not a priority for me. It's not on the top.
Ben told me that um that he walked in on a song, like a part of the movie, and he said that the songs actually sounded like pretty good.
Yeah.
But that's not enough for me.
Yeah, like I'm saying, like even with all this hype, I'm still like it's still not interesting to me, you know? I even told my girl too, like, oh, West Side Story, and she's like, eh. You know, like so we're on the
Damn.
same boat
Cindy was
too.
like, "Fuck that."
Yeah.
I
Because
want
she's not
to
a big fan of musicals. Like she
Yeah.
saw In the Heights and La La Land and she liked them,
But it
but she
wasn't
wasn't like
like
crazy over them like me.
yeah, no, I feel it. So, yeah. Um I probably won't watch it either, but
Yeah.
um but yeah. Sorry, I was looking. What the fuck? I just noticed that it says. Oh, that's right. Sorry, I got distracted because it said Toto did a song for Dune, and I was like, "What?" But it's because he did it for the '84 film,
Oh, yeah,
for the
yeah.
1984 film.
Yeah, I
That's why.
remember when that came on screen, like music by Toto. I was like, oh shit! I was
Yeah,
like, no way, I didn't know that.
that's when you knew shit was gonna get weird.
Yeah, I was like, holy shit.
Oh, but you did watch that one. You told me that you
Yeah,
watched it, and you
yeah.
were
That's
like,
why more so I want to see what Denny did. You know, because
and
I
it's
do think it's dated.
yeah.
So
But I mean, it's still a good sign that you enjoyed it. Like you didn't hate it, right?
I liked it.
Yeah. So I think that's a good sign.
Can definitely see where Lucas got his inspiration from.
I know.
George Lucas.
Speaking of Lucas, I don't know why Star Wars also give me a Christmas movie time. I don't know why. It
Yeah.
has nothing to do with Christmas, but for some reason I feel
Well,
like
technically, nah.
in the galaxy.
In the galaxy, imagine.
But
Get
I
all
want to
nerdy.
say it's because I want to say those movies typically come out during Christmas time, don't they?
I think the last ones did it. It originally there were like summer movies like May, and then with the Force Awakens and this last trilogy they came out like Christmas time.
Mm-hmm.
Except Rogue One and Solo, they came out like the same around the same like May and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's why maybe it gives me like that feeling.
Yeah,
But yeah, speaking of
like Lord of the Rings.
yeah,
Lord of the
yeah.
Rings gives me that vibe too, like a winter vibe.
Yeah, for sure. They also showed that in theaters because and I figured I was like I think it's probably because it also has like a Christmassy kind of vibe.
Yeah.
But yeah, freaking Star Wars. There's this channel on YouTube that Ben introduced me to. It has like I forget what they're called. He's gonna kill me, but it has the guy from Midnight Mass. I'm trying to look for his name. He's the one that plays the sheriff. Is
Oh no
it
way! I love
Ra-
that guy.
Is it Rahul Kohli?
Something like that. Yeah.
It
I know
doesn't
it starts
look.
with an R.
It doesn't look like him. Jesus Christ, his Wikipedia does not look like him at all. I think it's because he has like a beard, and in his Wikipedia picture,
Looks younger, huh?
yeah, he looks like super young. But yeah, he has like a YouTube thing where he collaborates with these other like YouTubers, and they have this
Nerds.
thing. Yeah, no, believe me, they're hardcore because they have this thing where they like literally say every line in Star Wars. Like they have one
Holy shit!
person reading like parts of the script, like they'll be like Anakin goes to this, and then they fill in the gaps. Like they say the lines. Like they
Yeah.
take turns. They'll do like Anakin or
Damn.
whoever. But yeah, isn't that crazy
So
that they
he's like one
know
of
it?
us. One
But they
of us.
like know it by heart. I'm like, God damn.
Well, I don't like Star Wars that much.
Well, you'd be
I had
surprised.
girlfriends when I was. Oh fuck! I shouldn't say
No, but
that.
you'd be surprised because when I was watching it, I was actually really really impressed that I knew exactly like what scene they were talking about. And
Yeah.
I was like, damn. I was like, I guess I know Star Wars more than I think I do.
Yeah.
But it's actually really hilarious because they like dress up and they're just funny guys. So it's like a cool thing. But yeah, I just
Yeah.
wanted to bring that up because he's a funny guy and he's like super nerdy. So it's cool.
Yeah. I don't know why. Like, I seen him. Well, I first saw him in Bly Manor. and I
Yeah.
really liked him. And then in Midnight Mass, I loved him.
Mhm.
So he has like this sort of presence on screen that like he's very charismatic and like you'd want to hang out with him.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I
but
think
yeah,
he's gonna go on to be pretty big. I mean, he's already making a name for himself, but
yeah,
hopefully he can get into like a bigger production.
like a
Maybe,
franchise or something.
maybe. Who knows? But yeah,
Yeah.
he's pretty good.
But speaking of franchises, we have one particular, a little small one coming out. The next installment coming out
Taking the world by
2 days.
storm.
Well, technically, this is going to be out tomorrow. So tomorrow is a big day. I don't know if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why we kind of did these revisiting Spider-Man movies, just kind of get like a refresher and stuff like that. Um, and these ones, I was more excited to revisit them. And those are the Amazing Spider-Man sequel. I mean, series, I guess, if you want to say. I can't say trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
Directed by Mark Webb, obviously starring Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone. Um, and this one's obviously we didn't grow up on them. This the first one came out like 2012, like fresh out of for me, I was like fresh out of high school and stuff like that. I think I seen this one when I was in Hawaii. It came out that during that time.
I was
My bad.
definitely really.
Yeah, this was so you're
Was I in
that
California?
year. No, I wasn't in California.
No, was I in California, or was
Oh,
that the
I think
year that
probably
I went?
this December that year, 2012. That's when I started Pizza Hut, and you're already there.
Yeah, because I moved to Cali 2011. So I was already in Cali. But I just wasn't working at Pizza Hut yet. But
Man,
but yeah, I moved. Damn. Okay. All right. Damn, that pushed it into perspective.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't remember for whatever reason I don't remember seeing this movie in theaters. I don't know where I watched it, but I probably did watch it in theaters.
yeah. I remember that year was a good year for like comic books because you had The Dark Knight Rises come out,
Mm.
you had Spider Man, and you had the Avengers. So
Yeah.
those are pretty stacked year.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, I was excited for this one. I was bummed because I remember at that age I was looking forward to Spider-Man 4 with Sam Raimi and that original cast, and they had John Malkovich and Anne Hathaway already cast as villains.
Mhm.
But then that went sideways, and in order for Sony to kind of keep the rights and stuff, they had to make another film, and it was this one. And it was interesting because they were doing some more different things, with Gwen Stacy being like the main love interest,
Mhm.
him still being in high school, and obviously that whole parent aspect to it too.
Yeah.
But what about you, Audrey? Do you remember being excited for this? Were you just like, eh? Were you just,
I think I was eh. I don't recall being excited for this movie for whatever
yeah,
reason. Okay, I'm gonna say it again. I'm not. Spider Man's probably like one of my least favorite. And I know that's a hot take
heroes.
because people love Spider Man.
Yeah,
So you already have that going for me going into it that I'm just not like huge on him. Um, and we had already had like the Tobey Maguire one, so I was kind of like, you know what, I'm good. And I
it
think at that
plateaued for you.
yeah, and I think at that point I didn't understand that like it kept going. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because I think in my brain I was like, wait, like what? Because I think I remember having that thought. I was like, what do you mean there's another Spider-Man? Like we already have Toby. Like how can there be another one? Like
yeah,
in my head I didn't understand that like they were just gonna keep rebooting them.
yeah,
Imagine now that we have three. Like Jesus. So yeah, I don't think I was super excited for this movie, but like I said, I still watched it, and the second one when they came out. So yeah,
yeah,
this was my first time rewatching it since then. Interestingly enough, also Ben, this was his first time rewatching it since it came out. So
yeah.
I think that's kind of nuts.
I think there's like for people our age, it's like the same thing. I feel like we kind of just revisit the Raimi ones every now and then, and this one kind of just goes by the wayside. But I think there's also another generation, like a little bit younger kids than us. They maybe this is their Spider-Man because this one
Yeah.
still has a lot of love, and especially with all the rumors of Andrew, potentially coming back, and Electro and Lizard coming back for sure.
Mhm.
Everybody's excited for that aspect of No Way Home. And for me, I thought it was just interesting because I like the whole concept of it. But anyways, yeah, I've never really seen these ones a lot too. I've seen them in theaters, and I think I've seen them like once or twice throughout the years. So definitely like rewatching this one now, like it was almost like watching it for the first time. You know, you knew what
Yeah.
was going on, and like you've seen like stuff here and there. Um, but yeah, so it was like new to me, but also, you know, kind of starting off with like my thoughts on it. I found myself kind of like bored with it. I don't know why.
Yes. Oh my god, me too. We were watching it in the beginning and
Yeah.
I was like, this is kind of boring. I turned to Ben and I was like, are you bored? I was like, I'm kind of bored. And he's like,
Yeah.
yeah. He's like, to us, it felt like they were trying to like get too serious with it in the beginning. Like, I don't know how to
Yeah.
explain it. Like, it just felt like overdone, but not in like a fun way. Like, it didn't feel fun. Like with the
Yeah.
Toby ones, like it just feels fun all the
Has a
time.
sort of tone to him. Yeah.
Yeah, like you just it's fun and you're like having a good time. This one feels a little bit more serious. And one of the first things that I also noticed was the score, which is done by the great James Horner, which
Yeah.
I just read he died 3 years later after he did this one. I don't know if this was the last one he did. I don't think so. But anyways, that was one of the things that I noticed right away. I was like, okay, this sound score is actually really good.
Yeah.
But I'm still debating if it fit the movie. I don't know if it fit this particular movie.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna tell you because I noticed it too, and I just kept thinking about the Raimi one, like Danny Elfman's thing, and then
Mm.
Christopher Young with Spider-Man 3. It wasn't too distinct. It wasn't too like I don't know, like it wasn't bad, but it just like didn't have a personality in my opinion. I don't know, like
Yeah.
or like like I think you hit it right on the nail. Like I don't think it like fit this movie or
Yeah.
something, you know?
Yeah. Because James Horner, I think, has like a kind of whimsical feel to him, but he can
Yeah.
also do where it's kind of eerie, kind of creepy. But I don't know, like something about it. This movie didn't feel like it was a good match for that.
Yeah.
Um, because I thought the score, I was like, I don't think there's anything wrong with the score.
Yeah.
I think he did what he does. Like that's just his like, that's what he does. That's his style.
Yeah.
But I think just it wasn't like a good match. But it does. One of the things that I will say, it does have some good actors. It has Martin Sheen playing Uncle Ben, Sally Field playing Aunt May, Emma Stone, who's I forget his name. Let me look it up. Is it this guy? Ah, Dennis Leary
Yeah, Dennis Leary.
as Gwen Stacy's dad. So yeah, it has like some names. It also has what's his name from Harry Potter. Speaking of Harry Potter, I don't know how to pronounce his name.
I know.
Damn.
I was like, look, I'm looking ever since like you said the names. I was looking. I was like, how do you say this? I've been trying to figure out in my head.
Yeah, he's Luna Lovegood's dad.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Rise Evans?
Rife.
Rise Evans. I have no idea. But
What
yeah,
pronunciation? I don't know. The lizard. We'll just call him the lizard.
yeah, he's Dr. Connor, right?
Connors. Yeah.
So, yeah, let's talk about. Okay, so we talked about how it was kind of boring. Let's talk about Andrew Garfield.
Yeah.
What do you think of him as Spider-Man in this movie?
See,
Without
that's the thing.
without comparing him, because it's not fair. We can't compare him to Toby or
Yeah.
Tom Holland because we just
Yeah.
want to review this from a standpoint of it standing alone. Like, let's pretend the other ones don't exist.
No, Audrey. No, just kidding. No.
Damn.
I like it, what I do remember about these films. Is that I always liked the POV shots of him swinging and stuff like that, and like the different type of things. I noticed it more on this one. He
Hmm.
kind of uses both of them to like pull himself.
Yeah.
Like, you know, he uses it in a different kind of unique way. So I like that about Spider-Man. Um, what else? He's more quippy too. He's more like he makes those little comments more, you know, and then especially more in the second one.
But do you think they're successful? Because I feel like Toby, maybe he wasn't like the quippiest one, but something about it was still kind of like dorky. So it
Yeah.
kind of. I said I wasn't gonna compare him, and here I am comparing him. Just because for me, I was like, when he would do his little quips, I was just kind of like, I don't know, I felt kind of corny. Like
Yeah.
even with like his jokes, I was just like,
Yeah, that's the thing too. That like the tone of it, it's like serious, and then you can see that like
they're
Spider-Man
trying.
is it's not supposed to be that serious, you know?
Yeah.
Because that's I think the problem with the second one. We'll talk about it. Like the tone is inconsistent and
Mm-hmm.
very much campy, very much like they try to mimic like characters and stuff the style of like the Raimi ones. It just
Mm-hmm.
didn't fit. They just didn't, you know.
Yeah.
Anyways, so with this one, yeah, I just found myself like not really caring much about it, and like his whole story, like I felt like it was kind of like it's weird because this hour felt long, but I felt like his story was kind of rushed. Like right away
Yeah.
when he goes to the train, here he's
Yeah.
already like dodging things. Maybe it's just like a
Exactly.
reflex, but like I don't know,
Yeah.
it just felt like too soon and like I don't know,
That's what
it
I
was
didn't
weird.
like either. I noticed that too, that once he gets bitten, like he literally just gets all his powers and he automatically knows how to use them.
Yeah.
Whereas in with Sam Raimi's, it's like you see him figuring it out. You know what I mean? Like it
Yeah.
shows him like
Shazam.
failing. Yeah, it shows him failing and like still trying to figure out exactly what's happening to him. And with this one, he's just like, oh my god, I'm a spider. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's like, I'm gonna become a superhero. Like it just. It felt rushed, so I agree with you in that sense. It does feel a little rushed, like we don't have that full origin story that we were supposed to get because that's what this is supposed to be.
Yeah.
And even like when his uncle Ben dies, I thought
Yeah.
that was super rushed because it didn't even like have time to sit with you. Like you were just kind of like, oh shit, like all right.
Like all of a sudden he's at the supermarket and then this guy comes and then he helps him out and then he leaves and like I was just like, what the hell? Like I remember this being a little bit more emotional. Like it's sad.
But
Like
it's
don't get me
not
wrong, it's
as
sad, but
sad.
it's not more like impactful, you know, and
Mm-hmm.
it is kind of like just over like that, you know.
Mm-hmm. And it
Um
doesn't have like any like heartfelt like monologues or anything. Like it's just very like, okay, he's died. He died. You know,
yeah.
even Aunt May is just kind of like over it. Like she doesn't. You don't even feel like she's sad about it because they don't really show her kind
Yeah.
of being sad. I don't know. So those were some of my gripes. Also, I agree with Ben, and he said that Andrew Garfield looks too cool to be Spider Man, and I
Yeah.
kind of agree with that.
He doesn't look too dorky. He's just like a handsome guy. You can't make him dorky.
Yeah, he's got like a full head of hair. Like, all right, like,
Yeah.
and even the way he acts, like he doesn't even have
Oh, I think
that.
you froze
Like,
again, Audrey.
oh, hold on, in that face that I'm making.
That sums up Audrey's review of Spider-Man.
Sorry, guys.
I was saying that that face is
I
like
know. I
your
was
pretty
like,
much your review for Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man.
I know, and I don't want to come off as a hater because I mean I think this movie had some good elements to it, but this is just like my honest point of view.
Yeah,
But yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, that I felt like he didn't look dorky enough. I don't
yeah,
know, but even like just the way he was, and the way he was with Gwen Stacy too, like I was just kind of like, this doesn't feel like the nerdy Peter Parker would be with a girl. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
And that's another one. Gwen Stacy. She was. I thought Emma Stone. I don't think she's a bad actress. I think she's good. I like Emma Stone. I actually do like her. But I mean, that's all I can say. Like I
I
was like,
remembered like I think it was like one of our first videos too that like we were talking about her and you're like, oh, I just can't like get that cat image out of my head from her. So I seen the movie and I just thought about that. I was like, fucking Audrey is probably gonna be thinking this, like watching this movie.
dude. I mean, it's gonna be forever burned in my brain.
Yeah,
But like I said, I'm a fan of hers. So
yeah,
I didn't hate her Gwen Stacy, but I wasn't like over the moon about it. I feel like in scenarios like this, sometimes they're better off getting someone that maybe isn't so known. Because
yeah,
at this point, I think she had already done stuff, you know?
yeah,
So, I don't know. I don't know. That's just kind of my take on her.
yeah.
But do you want to talk about what's his name? Dr. Connors. What did you think of him?
I thought he was fine too, but again, I felt like everything was rushed. Even like his motivation to like do that whole thing is kind of rushed too. Like he just has like that one like, hey, we're gonna shut you down or something. That one guy, and then yeah, he's okay. Well, like I gotta do it to me or something, you know? Like I don't know, and like it's not really like you kind of understand, I guess, what his motive. Like, oh, I want
He
to
wants his
not
arm
just
back.
like he wants his arm back and wants to help people like him, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But then he quickly moves from that to like, oh, I want to make humans better, like not just
Yeah.
heal them, like better. It's like what?
All right. Yeah.
I like his look though. I especially like that look of when he comes out of the sewer. He has that like lab coat, and then it rips off. I was like, they should have kept it on him a little bit more because that's how he looks in the comics with the lab coat. I like his look. I like the fighting scenes. But yeah, it's just again his motivation wasn't explored too much. Like you can feel for him kind of because he's trying to do something good, but I don't know. His motivation wasn't really like.
It wasn't like, it was just there. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, he was cool. I feel like I wish it was a little bit more
fleshed
brutal.
out.
More brutal. Well, the fighting. It was
Yeah,
just a little kind of like, meh, kind of boring. I don't know. I think for me, this one is just kind of, for the lack of a better word, boring to me.
yeah,
There was some part. The only time that I was actually like into it was towards the end when they do the whole crane thing so he can get there.
yeah,
I thought that was sweet, and I was like, "Aw." But
yeah.
even
That was
then,
cool.
me and Ben were like, "That doesn't make any sense because there's buildings all over the place. You're telling me that he can't like figure his way
Yeah,
there?"
and even so, like when the cranes were like this, it is like a clear path still. Like
Yeah.
he can just go like.
Yeah. So I was just kind of like, that's weird. But I appreciated them trying to put the whole thing of New York trying to help.
Yeah, like the city backing him up and stuff. Like the
Yeah.
first one.
Yeah. So I was like, you know what? Okay, they get a pass, and I thought that was cool. But
Yeah.
but yeah, other than that, it was just kind of like meh, kind of lackluster for me.
I like what I did realize in this rewatch was that like I guess he just has bad luck with like father figures because like his dad left and never came back. Familiar. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
his uncle Ben passed away, and then like
Mm-hmm.
I know he wasn't more like a father figure, but more like a mentor. Kurt Connors, like he was
Mm,
kind of corrupt, and even Gwen Stacy's dad, like he ends up dying. Like he wasn't
yeah.
really up for Spider-Man and stuff like that in the beginning. But I did like that whole thing. That whole like scene when he died, when he's like, "Hey, like you're gonna have enemies. You need to protect the ones you love and all that stuff." And like, so like keep Gwen out of it. I like that whole ending scene, that aspect. Like it sets up a cool dynamic. Like
Yeah.
again, like Peter, he can't have what he wants. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, I think you froze again.
Oh, god damn it. Hold on.
Now that phase two is Audrey's like reaction to Spider-Man, just like a snooze fest.
I don't know why it keeps freezing. Lo siento. I'm gonna
Yeah,
turn
it's
off
all
my
good.
Wi-Fi. Yeah, I can totally see that where he doesn't have any luck. Cause even like in the other ones, he has Norman Oscorp, which he like
Yeah, yeah,
Osborn
you're right.
Oscorp. Osborn,
Norman
where
Osborn.
where he looks up to him, that goes to shit. Octavius, he looks
Yeah,
up to him, that goes to shit. So he just can't have like a
can't catch a
solid
break.
father figure around. Like
And that's why
Jesus.
I love Spider-Man because I can connect and not just kidding.
Yeah, you're like I see myself.
I can relate.
Um,
Not just kidding.
yeah, but the ending was sweet, and then obviously he ends up ending things with Gwen Stacy,
Yeah.
and she's like, "How dare you on my father's birthday? I mean, birthday funeral?
Yeah.
Like, what's wrong with you?" But she knows exactly why. So
Yeah. And I thought it got fixed too quick. Like that was kind of like tragic. And then the next day in school, like, oh, you're late. And then she's like, I promise I won't be. Like don't make promises you can't keep. And he's like, oh, that's the most. I don't know what he said, but they like wink and nod to like they're gonna
yeah,
be okay. It's like, come on.
yeah. Well, because in the second one, they end up getting back together for like a bit, right?
Yeah, a bit. But then he's like haunted by his dad and stuff, by her dad.
Which was also like, what? Like, live your life. But anyways,
No, so
like,
this one is actually the first Spider-Man movie to have like an end credit scene or like mid credit scene, and it has, I guess, that man in the hat, the mysterious man in the hat, coming up to Kurt Connors, like, oh, like, did you tell Peter about his dad or whatever? I don't know, setting up like the events of the second one, which is pretty cool. But again, like that just went nowhere,
yeah,
within the franchise or whatever. But yeah, like I thought I would like this one a lot more this time around. Like I'd okay, as far as like acting, I think everybody did a good job, but I think it's just kind of I don't know, because I was gonna say maybe because we're so used to like seeing a lot more action or whatever from today's superhero movies, we found this one like a bit boring. But even with the
Yeah.
Raimi ones, we still like, you know, have a way better time with those or something. So like I don't know what
Mhm.
it is with this movie. I don't know. Like I'm not trying to hate on it or whatever. It's just this
It's
time
just
around I
not.
was just kind of you know.
Yeah. No,
Definitely my
yeah.
least favorite Spider-Man movie right now from rewatching.
Right. Yeah. Me too. Same here. I mean, I think Andrew Garfield's probably like my least favorite Spider-Man, which I'm probably gonna get. People are gonna hate me, but that's just the
Audrey.
way.
No, I'm
That's
just
just the
kidding.
way it is, you know. I'm from a
Yeah.
different time. I'm just kidding.
Oh my
Like,
god.
well, because I think that does have a lot of influence. You know what I mean? Like, if you and I
Yeah.
were born closer to watching like the Garfield ones, we would probably love his. And if we were even closer to Tom Holland's ones, like the younger generation, we probably would
No,
love
I'm
Tom
just
Holland.
kidding.
Yeah, like I think that does have a lot to do with it, whether we want to like admit it or not. I think it does.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I'm right there with you. I didn't think it was the strongest film that I've seen out of them. So yeah, it kind of fell a little lackluster for me.
Yeah, and the thing I did like though is the whole relationship between Peter and Gwen. Even though it's kind of at first, like if you get over the fact like, oh, like Peter is already like a fucking ladies man. Well, not
Yeah,
necessarily. Like he's not like as shy or whatever, you know?
yeah,
If you look past that, I think they did a pretty good job, and like I think it's because of the actors. They ended up, getting
dating.
together in real life, so it's like that chemistry's there. You can feel it, a little bit. So I like that. Again, I like the visual look of it. Again, when he swings, I like the visual look of the lizard, and yeah, I
And
just
yeah,
there's some things there, yeah, that I like, but it's not a horrible movie.
yeah,
But it's just out of these ones, it's been my least favorite.
yeah. I
It
would
kind of
agree.
did feel like homework to like get through it.
You're telling me, dude. I had to do it in two parts. I was like,
Yeah.
God damn. Because, like, I was already super tired last night when I started watching it.
Yeah.
Um, but I was like, it felt like it was moving at a turtle pace. Like, I was like, okay, how much is left? I was like, it has to be like 30 minutes. And no, it was like an hour and like 15. I was like, fuck. I was
Yeah.
like, I'm going to fall asleep. So I definitely had to, like, watch it, finish it in the morning because no, I couldn't. I was too tired, and it
Yeah.
wasn't keeping my attention enough to like push through it. So
Yeah. I feel you. But
damn, we're gonna
real
lose
quick.
subscribers.
No, I mean it's our own opinion, everybody can
Yeah,
have their own, it's all
it is what
good.
it is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But Audrey, you said you didn't have time to watch the second one.
That's how like uninterested I was. I'm just kidding. That I didn't even watch the second one.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't have time to watch the second one, so I just watched a recap. But I think, well, like upon watching it, like I remember, because like I said, I have seen it,
Yeah.
so, and it also kind of brought up the same problems that I have with it now. So,
Yeah.
so if you want, you can get started because I know you did watch it.
Yeah, so upon this rewatch again, like it's one of these things like where I watched it and I liked it, but I wasn't there was something about it. I'm just like, man, like there's something about this movie like that it doesn't like sit right with me. And then upon rewatching, I'm just yeah, it's just a lot going on. And
Mm-hmm.
then from then just like all these years like it's just kind of been in my mind that that movie sucks because that's what everybody says about it. So it kind of
Yeah.
stays with you, like that perception of it. It sucks, sucks, sucks. So like I thought about it, as you know what, I want to give it another chance before I say like it sucks and stuff like that. So this time coming around, like I think because the first one was so like not so boring, but like boring. I think I like this one a bit more this time
Yeah.
around, because like I said, it does have a more faster pace. The pace is way better.
Uh huh.
And it does have like elements of it, them trying to be like more goofy, more like because the whole Rhino thing, Paul Giamatti, like his
Yeah.
whole Russian accent and all that stuff, and um, it's just cheesy. It's just too like comic booky and everything like that. So yeah, I love his costume in this one though. His
Yeah.
costume is dope. I
Yeah.
love it. I love his
Yeah.
costume in this one. But yeah, this time around, again, like I saw a lot of things they were trying to do, but again, I think it's still like now it goes back to that like they just have too many things they try to cram into here, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And when it's that happens, it just a lot of things get left out or unresolved or just don't seem cohesive, you
Right.
know. So and it's just again maybe that's why I felt like it had a faster pace because there was like you've seen a scene with Electro, then with Spider-Man, and with Harry, and then like all this stuff. So yeah, but it wasn't like I don't think it was as horrible and as bad as people say it is. It's not very good, but
Yeah.
it's
But you're
not
like, it's not that bad.
like it doesn't have like Peter being emo and dancing. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right, exactly. So you're kind of like, do you think you prefer it over? So because of that, like you'd rather take this
The first one.
than the first one.
Yeah. And then it has the whole thing with his dad. Like
Oh
the
yeah,
whole opening scene is like his parents, like you actually see like so like it has a lot of things that could go right and could, pay off, but it just again, it just doesn't get the opportunity to because there's just a lot going on. And then the whole Sinister Six thing, the setting up, and then the whole Norman Osborn being sick, like just a lot is in
yeah.
this movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
I again like I fairly liked it this time around. I like his costume, again, his swinging, the fighting in this Electro. I liked Electro in this
Really?
time around. Yeah, I really liked him.
Did you not like it the first time?
Yeah, the first time I just like I still agree with like his origin. Again, it's just too quick. It's just
Mm-hmm.
not enough time to with the old Spider-Man villains with Ock and even Green Goblin and Sandman. They take time to kind of, not just say, "Oh, hey, he's like misunderstood," or, like this they forgot my birthday, nobody knows who I am, I'm invisible, whatever. And this one's just kind of too like they tell you like things, instead of just showing you like
Yeah.
um but I don't know why I liked him a little bit more. I feel like he's not like a villain or whatever. I don't know.
Well, cause he's not. Isn't he like a super fan or like he's obsessed with Spider Man?
Yeah, because like at one point he like
He
saves
saves
him.
him.
Spider-Man
Mm-hmm.
saves him and stuff like that. So like I like that scene. I really love that scene where he's like barely figuring out what he can do, and he's in the middle of New York, and Spider-Man comes. He's trying to help him, but like some cop fucks it up or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I
What'd
don't
you
know.
think about Harry Osborn? Harry Osborn.
This got me reminded me of how fucking good Dane DeHaan is, because even like later on when he becomes Green Goblin, or Hobgoblin, whatever the fuck he becomes, but like the whole dynamic with him and Peter, I really like that.
Mm-hmm.
It was something a little bit different from the other one. They're still like they still grew up together, whatever. But I think it's just because of him, like of Dane DeHaan. Like I really like that guy. I kind of he hasn't been in anything recently, so
He was big when he first came out, right?
yeah, he came out of the gate with that, with the one where he has powers.
Yeah, I know Chronicles or something.
Chronicles, yeah, Chronicle, and he was also in Lawless. He was in a lot of things.
Oh yeah, he was in Valerian and the City of a Thousand
Oh yeah,
Planets, A Cure for Wellness. Yeah, yeah, but he
yeah,
kind of
Cure for
fell off.
Wellness. He's probably just chilling, enjoying his cash.
Yeah, shit, I would
Maybe he's in No Way Home. I don't know.
maybe.
We'll
Um,
find out tomorrow.
but yeah, so I did you like his look? Cause I don't really like his look to be H.
I didn't really think much of it. I didn't like with the whole bowl cut or something like.
No, no, no. Like I mean, when he becomes Green Goblin.
Oh yeah, nah. I didn't. It reminded me too much of like the Harry Osborn, the one in Spider-Man 3, because he's kind of more futuristic and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And like I understand he has an illness and it makes him look more like a goblin with those ears and the.
It was like a
But it was
little
just
too on the nose.
yeah. It was kind of like come on, like
Like he legit looked like he was the goblin from Harry Potter.
yeah.
the
Should have
the
had a
little
big old nose.
yeah, the little goblins. So I wasn't a fan of his look either.
Yeah,
Um but I think it was needed because I do feel like the first one was missing that friendship of Peter and Harry.
yeah,
So the fact that the second one did have that, I think that was like good, you know.
yeah.
But and
I think
then oh sorry, go ahead.
the main thing that like everybody loves in this one is obviously the relationship again between, because I think this one they were dating in real life, so a lot of that like chemistry is even more prominent and stuff. Um, so that's like my favorite thing about the movie, and that's like one of the saving graces of it too, that like puts this over um the first Amazing Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm. And then
Um,
she goes up and dies.
yeah, and that scene still, even this time, it like just gets me all the time. I think because of Andrew Garfield's performance.
Yeah.
And just like knowing again, like she was trying to go like to school and all that stuff. They just graduated, and she's like a good.
They had like their whole life ahead of them. Still, like they
Yeah,
were barely starting. So yeah, it is a tragic death, and the way like she dies too, because
yeah,
fuck, her
that
neck
fucking
snaps.
thump.
Yeah, you're just like goddamn. But yeah, so I think that does. I think you're right. I think the fact that they were a couple in real life does add a lot to their chemistry and just like how natural it seems.
Yeah,
So yeah, I think that was probably one of like the good things about that movie, for
and
sure.
Mark Webb, like he does that so well. Like he comes off of doing 500 Days of Summer, and he does something like this. So I think that's why the relationships are so good in these ones. I kind of prefer it over Toby and Kristen.
Yeah, because theirs feels a little bit more like forced.
Yeah,
Well, not forced, but just not. But you see, that's what I always thought it was because of him, because his Peter is so like awkward and shy that like he can't even he doesn't have like that any aspect of him to being like suave, and I
yeah,
felt like Andrew Garfield did have that, so I thought that maybe that's why it felt like that.
yeah.
But it could be that it just they just didn't have the right chemistry. So
Yeah. Well, like, yeah, I don't think it's bad or anything. I think they just, I don't know, like, it's more
ah,
believable, like you said, and more like, I guess, more impactful at the end because you do see her die, and like you did that again. That's a consequence of him being Spider-Man, and like his dad. That's why his dad is like, "Hey, leave my daughter out of this,"
I
and he
know,
kind of
dude.
wanted to, but like Gwen,
Just didn't go
again,
away.
yeah, she's just like, "Hey, like, this is my choice. I want to be here." So that's like a character thing. That's like well done too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I understand. I think all the same worries that I've had and are still here this time
Mhm.
around. But it's just, I guess I like it more because of how disappointed the first one was to me now.
Mhm.
And again, it just that end scene gets me all the
Every
time.
time.
So yeah,
You're like, oh.
it's like fuck, man.
Yeah. Well, I can't give you like a fair rating. It wouldn't be fair because like I said, I didn't actually watch the full movie. So,
Yeah,
but you would give it a higher score than
higher
the first
rating than
one.
the first Amazing Spider-Man. Yeah,
Yeah. Well, now we just gotta wait for the new one,
yeah.
and hopefully pray to God that it doesn't get spoiled for us.
Yeah, I've been trying to stay off of social media, and this is why we're not doing it live because I don't want like I trust our fans and everything like that, but I don't want like another asshole to just come in and which they
Yeah.
can technically still do, like comment on the video or whatever, but it
Yeah.
is what it is. Like I'm seriously like sometimes it's so weird how we're like programmed almost to like go on social media because you
Mhm.
open your phone like fuck, what do I do? Like
You're just staring at it. You're like, oh, I guess I'll go on TikTok or Instagram.
yeah, like I guess I'll just spend my time here or something. So it's like weird. Like I open it, I'm like fuck no, I can't. And I
Yeah,
close it.
that's good. Yeah,
So
because I have a feeling there are going to be probably a few spoilers just because that's what it's such a big thing, you know?
I kind of already like fucked up because last night I told this to Mo. Mo, if you're listening, I already told you this, but me and him were the same thing. Like, hey, we're gonna be off social media or whatever. But I knew the embargo lifted at 10:30 last night. Well, yeah, on Monday. So around that time, I went on Twitter and I was
Uh,
like, okay, let me just. I want to see. I don't know. Like I don't know what I was doing. Honestly, I didn't have the will in me, Audrey. So I
damn.
went and I saw 3 tweets about it,
Oh
and like it
no.
didn't. There wasn't no spoilers or anything. So like it's just kind of like their reaction to the
Yeah.
movie. And I don't want to tell you in case you don't want to know because that's
Well,
the
Ben
the.
already kind of told me one, and I was like,
Oh, for real?
yeah, he already told me
Fuck.
he saw a review for it or like a rating for it somewhere, and he
All
was
I'll say
like,
is that like those 3 tweets that I seen were all different. So
oh,
I'm just like, fuck,
really?
like like now I don't know what to think.
Whoa.
Like
That's
now I'm even more
interesting.
intrigued. Yeah, I'm just like fuck, like,
Dude,
and they're
that's
all
super
like across the
interesting.
spectrum. And I'm not gonna say like specifically, but like it's like, oh shit, okay, like this is interesting.
That is interesting. Wow. Well,
Yeah.
now I'm very curious. Like, goddamn. Because, yeah, it's kind of rare for that to happen. It's usually like you hate it or they love it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
But don't want, yeah, no. Well, okay, I'm not going to say anything. But yeah, hopefully we don't get spoiled and we just try our best to stay away from any sources.
Yeah, because even with the reactions, the reason why I want to stay away from it, because then I get my own expectations.
Yeah.
Like, even if I try my hardest to leave them at the door before, it's still going to be in the back of my head. It's
Yeah.
like, fuck, like, but
It
I'm glad
like
that they're all like separate because now I don't know what to think. Like, I don't know.
yeah, because no matter what, it seeps into your like subconscious. So you're like,
Yeah.
you have it in the back of your head, like you said, and it does affect the way you view it. So
Yeah.
let's try our best, shall we?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll try to make it. But yeah, by the time you guys are watching this video, this is going to be uploaded Wednesday. So we're only going to have to wait a few more hours,
Yeah.
less than 24 hours, hopefully.
Wait, are you watching it Thursday or Wednesday? You're watching it Thursday.
Watching it Thursday, yeah.
Yeah.
And you're watching it tomorrow or today because
Truth
it's
be.
Wednesday, kind of. I don't know. It's weird.
Well, I don't know. We'll see. I'm not gonna say anything,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Don't
but
tell me, Audrey.
I'm
Don't
not gonna
spoil it for
tell you.
me.
Dude, how much would you hate me if I did? Oh my
Oh,
god.
dude. I don't know. I
You
mean,
would break
unless
up.
you.
You would break up the podcast. You'd be like, "We're
Yeah.
never gonna do it again."
I should be like, all right, guys. John here from the Real Touch.
Yeah, I can totally see you being super pissed, but nah, I wouldn't do that. So yeah,
I
so
know.
I'm excited. Let us know what you guys think. If you agree with us, don't agree with us. Um, sorry if we're a little bit harsh, but
Yeah.
that's just the way we viewed it. So yeah,
And this is why we're not doing the Holland ones because you don't want to hear our thoughts. Nah, just kidding.
I know, right? Like, damn. Just kidding. Nah, I actually. Are you planning on rewatching those? Like
I
on.
watched them earlier this year because we went through all the MCU.
Oh, that's right.
So I feel like I don't really need to rewatch them.
Yeah.
The one I do want to rewatch, but I don't think it'll have anything to do with it, is Into the Spider-Verse, the
Mm.
animated one.
Mhm.
Because I want to say like it's a Spider-Man movie. It's like one of my favorites. So like,
Yeah.
but at the same time, I'm like I'll rewatch it next year. When the sequel comes out. So.
Yeah. For sure.
But I know we said, well, at least I said it on Twitter that we're going to give our final predictions for No Way Home. I don't know if you want to quickly just, hey, this is what I expect to see, or something.
Mysterio. Just kidding. Um.
Jake Gyllenhaal, just put
Jake
him in everything.
Gyllenhaal. um. TBH, I have been trying not to think about this because I just don't want to get my hopes up. I think we touched upon this the
Yeah.
last time we talked about it. Like, I'm just really trying to keep it to a bare minimum and like I'm like, okay, I know for sure Doc Ock, Green Goblin are gonna be in it,
Yeah.
but that's it. Or and Sandman, right? Or has he been confirmed?
Yeah, he's been confirmed, like
Oh,
the same
okay.
actor of Sandman and Lizard.
Okay, so yeah, so those are
And
the
Electro.
confirmed. And Electro. Damn, that's a lot going on. Holy shit.
And you have JJ coming back too.
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, if anything, I'm more excited about him. Just kidding.
Oh man.
But yeah, no. That's as far as I go because I don't want to get like.
So you don't want to put like okay, if I had to put money on it, I like coming into that movie, I think this is gonna happen.
If I had to put money in it, I would say that if anything, Andrew Garfield or Toby would come out. But I don't
Yeah.
know why. Like, something about it feels like I would say I would go more towards saying that Andrew Garfield's would be in it. But then it wouldn't
Yeah.
make sense for them to not have Toby. I don't know. I just feel like Toby, I don't think he'll show up as much as I would want him to.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's all I'm gonna say. Who knows though? What
Yeah.
about you?
Fuck, it's so hard because like for one thing, I will say this, like 100% I'll put money that this person is showing up is Venom because of the whole end credit scenes. But I don't know if it's going to be in the movie or like in
Or
the
like
other
a
end credit scene to
yeah,
like set up, hey, in the next one they're gonna finally meet or something.
yeah.
But I think he for
He's gonna
sure
show
will see
up.
him, yeah, in some way, shape, or form.
Hmm.
As far as like the other people, um, I do have a theory, but maybe like this hasn't been like, you know, it may not be on your radar, so I kind of don't want to ruin it about like the sixth villain that's gonna come out.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I do think there's someone else that we haven't seen, but it's like kind of if you really pay attention, you kind of okay, like this. It makes sense if this person will come back as well. You know, like this
Who is it? Let
sixth
me
one.
know.
You want to know?
Yeah.
What if I spoil it for you? Because what if I'm right? I don't
Well,
think I
I
don't
mean,
know.
I don't know if you're right. Like, I won't know until I watch it.
Well, because like something that I noticed is that like, and then I saw a video about it too, and it makes sense. Like everybody who's coming back has a sort of like upgraded suit. You
Mm-hmm.
know, Green Goblin has a different look. Electro for sure has a different look. And there's that one scene where he's getting like something on his arms or something. I don't know if that stays with him or something, but I feel like there has to be someone else involved for them to have those upgrades, and I think it might be the Vulture because it just makes sense. And it
Mm,
like you have Toby's villains, Garfield's villains, but what about uh Holland's villains?
yeah.
And it makes sense. Like they started the trilogy with him, and then he comes back. Or maybe someone else. I don't know, but I just feel like someone's helping them like get these upgrades or something like that.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
Huh. I hadn't thought about it.
You
Well,
see? I'm sorry.
well, no, it doesn't. Like I said, it doesn't matter because, the first time that I watch it, I'm still gonna be shocked, even though all these things have been playing in our head.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's fine. But we won't know. Yee.
Yeah, and then again, if I had to put money on like Toby and Andrew showing up, I think I'd put if you give me like an over and under, like 30. Nah, that's too like 75% of
That
like
it's
that they're coming back. I'll probably say over. Like it's over
really
75% chance that they'll show up.
both of them.
Both of them, yeah. But again, I'm not. I've always been saying this. Nobody has ever fucking said that they're
Yeah,
gonna be in
I
it.
know. This is
So
just like us, like saying, "Oh yeah,
yeah, it's just
they're
fan
gonna be in
speculation.
it."
And I think the Last Jedi, not to talk Star Wars because that's a whole nother topic, but I had my own expectations, and I feel like a lot of people did, and that's why it's very fucking mixed. Like you won't meet someone who either like who's in the middle of it. Everybody
Yeah,
either loves it or hates it.
yeah,
So, and I think it has to do a lot with fan expectation. Even the last one, Rise of Skywalker, or whatever. So I don't want to get too like, you know,
yeah.
just take it as it is. Like, okay, whatever we see in the trailer, that's what's gonna happen.
Mhm. Yeah, it
So
makes sense.
yeah,
I would agree. Well, we'll have
but
to wait and see.
yeah, guys. The next time you guys are gonna see us, you guys are gonna see us on the other side. We're gonna already experience and know all the stuff that happens in No Way Home. So I'm pretty sure we'll have either in the next one or like we'll do like a I don't know like review for or something. I'll try to see what we can do about No Way Home because
Mhm.
I'm just kind of thinking about it right now. I was like, fuck, we should probably like do a review over it or something.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So
But
stay
well,
tuned. We'll have something. I don't know, or we might just talk about it in next week's podcast with the Christmas movies.
yeah, we might just slide it in there. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure we will. But yeah,
But
stay
yeah,
tuned.
guys, thank you guys so much for joining us this time for like our little, I guess, conclusion of recapping the. Yeah, this all could have been for nothing because if they're not in there, then there's no point for us to review.
I know.
Well, the villains are coming back, so
We
at least we
literally just watch these for no
for
reason.
nothing.
Just kidding. No, yeah. I
Hey,
think we
Sony's
do.
trying to make that money.
And they're
The
making
people
it.
are going out to buy the originals and stuff like that. But yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for joining us today. We weren't. This is going to be premiering, so you guys can comment on the live section. So, but I'll try to chime in and stuff tomorrow. Yeah, let us know what you guys thought about the Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2. If that is your favorite or not. Do you guys prefer Toby's or Holland's, or even the animated one or the game? And let us know your predictions for No Way Home. Again, no spoilers because I know people watched it. There's possibly spoilers out there.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's be
Stay safe.
a great community to each other.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I was
Agreed.
gonna say a Bible verse, but I don't know any Bible verse. Like thou shall be good to thy neighbor or something. I don't know.
I'm like, wow, how fitting. Just kidding.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, we'll catch you guys next time. Again, like Audrey said, take care, stay safe out there, and yeah.